We made the exciting announcement on opening night about our own Honorary President General Lynn Forney Young being appointed to the United States Semi-Quincentennial Commission, planning the upcoming 250th anniversary of our nation's founding. Today, Commissioner Young will be talking more about how we can work to capitalize on this momentous occasion and to seize on this membership recruitment opportunity. Commissioner Young.
Madam President General, there has never been a more exciting time to be a DAR member. As you may recall, DAR was not represented on the U.S. Bicentennial Commission, but because of your extraordinary service nationwide, DAR will be represented on the United States Semi-Quincentennial Commission. I am truly honored to represent our National Society and every one of you as our nation prepares for a very special birthday celebration. I am also grateful for the support of our President General Ann Dillon in appointing me as chair of the America 250 Committee. In fact, both Ann and I initiated our DAR applications during the nation's bicentennial, and we both became members 40 years ago as part of a coast-to-coast groundswell of interest in our nation's heritage. Many of us well recall the patriotism and pride that swept the nation. And as a result of that effort, DAR supported several large and highly visible projects as gifts to the nation. The DAR underwrote the cost of furnishing the Governor's Council chamber and the Committee of the Assembly's room on the second floor of Independence Hall with authentic period furniture. The Rose Garden at Independence National Historical Park was a gift from the DAR in honor of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. At the United States Capitol, DAR funded 16 murals depicting the early history of our country. In fact, states and chapters from coast to coast identified, completed, and celebrated civic projects that fulfilled our foundational mission and garnered substantial public relations. A booklet of the impressive programs and resources was compiled and widely distributed to chapters, members of Congress, and other organizations. In short, we made an impactful, visible, and meaningful difference. So it's little wonder that literally thousands of women like Mrs. Dillon and myself stepped forward and expressed interest in joining DAR. How many? Well, the highest number ever. Our membership peaked at 209,000 members in the years after the bicentennial celebration. It declined, however, to 169,000 by 2009, and is about 185,000 today. What is drastically different about the potential of the 250th anniversary of the United States is that the internet has dramatically altered the way we locate and share our genealogical information. So today, we stand at the crossroads of a significant anniversary and a revolution in technology, and we must make the most of the potential which that offers us. That is why we have formed the America 250 Committee. In an effort to maximize the potential that this commemoration holds for our society, we have divided it into two phases: internal readiness and external celebration. At this Congress, we officially launched what we hope will be the best opportunity of our lifetimes to celebrate the memory and spirit of the men and women who achieved American independence, and to welcome record numbers of new women to the thrilling experience of membership in the DAR. We know that it is critically important that we have our own house in order if we are to attract, welcome, and process tens of thousands of new members. Today, we will focus on how to equip chapters with the tools necessary to achieve our goals. DAR has, in fact, set a very ambitious goal to reach 250,000 members by the end of our 15-year commemoration, Again, we currently have about 185,000 members. Can we do it? Well, yes, we can. DAR was organized by bold, determined women with a grand vision of meaningful service organization. We can do no less. Now is our time to continue that legacy. So pay close attention to today's tips about chapter vitality and membership growth. Women want to be involved in vibrant, rewarding, and meaningful organizations and work. And yes, we can do it. So plan now to engage your existing members, attract new women to your chapter, prepare for substantive and visible service projects, and display your love of country. It begins with a whole chapter team approach to making sure that applications are warmly encouraged and properly prepared. Your registrar cannot do this alone. We know that if each chapter achieved the target of a 10% increase in growth each year, we can reach this important goal. Ladies, we share a joyful obligation to celebrate the American way of life. Let us today commit together that we will take advantage of this historic milestone to strengthen our chapters, our national society, and our country. So let's get started. The National Society is enthusiastic about today's presenters who will share their knowledge of how we can together achieve internal readiness, goals identified for phase 1 of our celebration. Shortly, you will meet Christina Bannon, National Vice Chair of the America 250 Membership Task Force, who will present on the ways in which the experienced genealogists of the America 250 Task Force can assist chapters with application papers. But first, it is my pleasure to welcome Susan Thomas, National Chair Membership Committee, who will discuss the importance of your chapter's membership team. Susan?
Thank you, Mrs. Young. Invite, inquire, and inspire. These are the touchstones along the road to 250. On the threshold of America's 250th anniversary, just imagine how many women would love to find their own patriot ancestor, explore and preserve their family's revolutionary history, and celebrate their contributions to our nation. Today, we want to reinforce the importance of both membership recruitment and retention, and give you tips you can share with your chapter and put to work immediately. Together, we are on a journey toward our nation's 250th anniversary, and our goal is to make membership in DAR more attainable for the women who want to join our society. Invite, inquire, inspire. That's how we're going to grow our membership to 250,000 women strong, and every one of you and everyone at home in your chapters is essential to making that happen. Our first step is something many of us already do. We must invite women to join the DAR, whether she is a family member, a friend, or someone we've never met. Let's help them become members. Our chapters reported that last year, 29% of their new members came through friends, 28% were relatives, and 32% were strangers who inquired about membership online through the National DAR website, Facebook, or local chapter website. We are excited that so many chapters are actively adding new members each year, and we want to encourage more chapters to continually seek out new members. Every chapter should set a goal of adding at least 10% to their membership each year. In 2016, the National Society welcomed 12,000 members, which is fabulous. But that same year,
we lost almost as many members as we gained due to death, resignation, or non-payment of dues. We must strive to keep our chapters vibrant and growing, and not just to offset the inevitable losses. We must work at actively promoting and enhancing our membership so that we can see more real, substantial growth. New members bring energy, enthusiasm, and new ideas to a chapter. Actively recruit prospective members and welcome them with open arms. Make sure you help them understand the application process. Find someone to help them with their genealogy research and DAR application instead of just giving it to them to do on their own. When you are recruiting new members, start by seeking out women who are already involved in the community. You could even first invite them to be a speaker at a chapter meeting. Then when they see how great your chapter is, invite them to join. Social media is another great tool for promoting the work of your chapter and encouraging membership. Many chapters are reaping great rewards from their public Facebook page by constantly posting pictures and reports about their chapter activities. And they invite interested women to join them in those activities. Take along a few chapter brochures or flyers that explain the mission and objectives of DAR and pass them out to those who express an interest. You'll find more ideas and suggestions on the membership committee web pages. There are thousands of women who are already interested in joining and who are knocking on our doors for more information. When a woman inquires about DAR membership on the national website, she is entered into our DAR Prospective Member Database, or PMD as we call it. This is an essential tool for our states and chapters to connect with those women and help them find a place in our society. Currently, we have 35,000 names on our PMD. We should be doing everything in our power to engage these women. We must be responsive to their questions, let them know they are wanted, and help guide them through the DAR membership process, even if it proves to be a long genealogical journey. When a woman shows interest in membership, she either submits her personal data in the online form, or a chapter member enters referrals directly into the PMD. Based on her selected state or location of interest, the state membership chair sends her contact information to a suitable chapter to contact her and discuss membership. How is your chapter responding to these prospective members that are referred to you through the PMD? We want all states to set high goals for how to effectively manage your PMD database and encourage chapters to find a home in our society. Building a good chapter membership committee is one of the very best ways that chapters can assure successful member recruitment. Even if your chapter is small, you will benefit from having 2 or 3 members working together to encourage prospective members to gather application data, attend meetings, participate in chapter activities, and get to know more about DAR. The chapter PMD can be accessed by the chapter's membership committee through the members-only website if it is authorized by the chapter regent and they obtain the PMD PIN from her. Instructions for how to use the PMD can be found on the membership committee webpage. I need to tell you what a great tool the prospective member database is, so you can go home to your chapter and encourage them to get more excited about PMD management. With the PMD, it is possible to click on a link and email a DAR application to a prospective. Send a search request to the Lineage Research Lookup volunteers and email a formatted welcome letter giving the prospective general information about the application process, fees, and what documentation she will need for her application. These steps make the application process easier for prospective members as well as for the chapter registrar and membership committee. This spring, we updated the PMD with some new features that will help the registrar, regent, and membership committee know the status of all the chapter's prospective members in their journey to verification. Your state and chapter PMD list can tell you if the member has a relative in DAR, whether she needs to furnish more documents, if she needs lineage research assistance, if her application has been submitted to the National Society, and where her application is in the verification process. When you get home from Continental Congress, I challenge your chapter to start using these features to help prospective members fly through the application journey. Set PMD goals for your chapter to improve your process each year. Here are some important examples of PMD best practices. First, contact new prospective members by phone within 48 hours of receiving the referral. If you can't reach her, send an email message and ask her to call you back. Quick, personal contact is so important. Document all contact and attempted contact in the PMD record. You can copy and paste email messages here. It's so easy. Keep the chapter status information up to date so everybody can easily track the prospective member's progress. And unless you know that a prospective member is working with a chapter member on her application, don't keep her on the chapter list if you've gotten no response after 5 or 6 months. Ask the state PMD coordinator to remove her from your list. You can always add her back with all her history if needed. We all know that the genealogical research and application process can be trickier for some prospective members than for others. Many chapters have outstanding chapter registrars and other experienced genealogists to help with applications. But we can still use a little help sometimes. You'll be learning more in the next presentation about the America 250 Membership Task Force and how you can utilize their team to help complete your chapter's prospective member applications. Once we successfully help these women join DAR, our work is not done. We must continue to invite, inquire, and inspire. Your goal should be to get new members involved in your chapter immediately so they are inspired to stay a member for the rest of their lives. Invite them to participate in chapter meetings by serving as greeters to record members present at meetings. This is a great way for them to meet other chapter members. Ask them to serve as readers during meetings and encourage them to get involved with committees. Introduce them to other members who have similar interests. Encourage them to attend chapter activities beyond monthly meetings and help them link up with others who are planning to attend. And be sure to inquire about their interest in signing up for the new members course in your state. The new members course is mostly self-directed so that new members can complete the curriculum at their own pace, on their own time. The goal is to empower participants to learn about and engage in DAR. This is accomplished through viewing a series of online modules, exploring the NSDAR website, learning how to access chapter, state, and national resources, and then completing an independent project. All participants will have the opportunity to take part in a special graduation ceremony, complete with a diploma at a state event. Access to the course is available at the state level through your state coordinator. Consistent communication with our chapter members is essential to keep them as active members. There are many reasons beyond our control for losing members, but it is so important to retain the members we already have. Stay in touch with chapter members year-round through emails, newsletters, or chapter updates. A monthly or quarterly email about what is happening in the chapter is a great way to do this. Be sure that members without email also receive a copy. Just as recruiting members is better accomplished with a membership team, so is retaining members. Collecting dues works better when the chapter treasurer has a team working with her. This spring, 5,500 members were dropped for non-payment of dues. We must lower this number by staying in better touch with our members all year round and not just contacting them when it's time to pay dues. Set a chapter goal to have 0 members dropped. Save our members. Make sure your chapter bylaws say that dues must be paid to your chapter no later than October 15th. The most successful chapters begin their dues collection process with a letter to all members in July or early August, maybe even earlier. Send follow-up notices to all unpaid members every few weeks. After October 10th, enlist the chapter officers and membership committee to help call those who are still unpaid. If any remain unpaid after October 25th, send each of those members a final request using the letter to delinquent members. You can download a template of this letter from the membership committee website. Make your members aware of the life membership option, which will guarantee that a member's dues will be paid for the rest of her life following her 65th birthday. New members bring energy, ideas, talents, and varied experiences to enhance current programs and activities, and new leaders to carry on the work of achieving chapter goals. A challenge many chapters face is keeping longtime members excited and engaged in the chapter's work. Check out the involvement and retention pages found in the membership committee's website for suggestions. Successful chapters are relentless in their perseverance to fulfill our mission, not only looking for improvement in their operations today, but also for the future. Invite, inquire, inspire. These touchstones should always guide our engagement with chapter members as well as prospective members. I encourage every chapter to build a strong membership team so you can effectively manage the increase in interest we will undoubtedly see as we close in on our nation's 250th anniversary. Remember, every single one of us is a part of the DAR membership team. Our members' interests, talents, and abilities are varied. Wonderful things happen when daughters with different strengths and interests work together to recruit, train, involve, and retain all members. We will see great success with all of us committed to growing and sustaining our national society for the future. I look forward to being on this grand journey with all of you on the road to 250. Now, please enjoy this video. Hear from some of your fellow members and their chapter success stories, as well as some tips for recruitment and chapter growth.
Yes, 250,000, absolutely, 100%.
If every member in the chapter would ask one friend or family member to join, you could easily do it.
When you're excited and passionate about something, because I'm excited and I'm passionate about it, your passion automatically transfers and is exuded to the people around you.
Our approach is to talk DAR with everyone you can. If you say, I'm a DAR member and I'm involved in this, suddenly the woman you're talking to says, well, maybe I can join DAR.
And just get people involved, get them with someone to mentor, and try and have coffees with people to meet them and say, we're really interested, how can we help you?
Be very welcoming and inclusive. Get the perspectives involved right away, meeting people, and just feeling comfortable. Have them bring a guest, have them bring a family member.
More and more daughters are contacting chapters through electronic means as their first point of contact. Your website and your social media is your face to the world. So make it vibrant, make it interesting, post regularly, post often, and that will keep them coming back.
So we opted to meet on a weekday in the evening, which was really convenient for professional women, making your meetings convenient and accessible so people can actually attend them, helps build like a strong, engaged membership.
The number one thing that we do when a prospective member is sent to us through the national trickle down is that member is contacted, prospective member is contacted within 24 hours.
This year, we've had success in finding new members by collaborating at several events with our Historical Society, our SAR chapter, and our County Environmental and Heritage Center.
We are working with realtors and the Chamber of Commerce, and those kind of people have a brochure with a website, and it's very slick, very good looking, that they don't mind handing out, especially when they're trying to convince somebody to buy a house. So.
We hold 4 to 6 prospective member workshops every year. So by the time she becomes a new member, she has already met and gotten to know 5 to 6 people just in that process.
For those members that need some help, our chapter is blessed with a great registrar and genealogist, and we have paper parties where they can come with their information and actively get help. We've even been able to use the Team 250 to help us when we even get stumped too.
That's why I joined the DAR, so that I could help other people become members. All I need is a name and a contact.
You can count on Manor House chapter.
You can count on the Presidio chapter.
You can count on Patients' Right chapter.
The Philadelphia Wind chapter.
The Linares chapter.
Thankful Hubbard chapter.
The Rebecca Mott chapter.
Dr. Susan Anderson chapter.
The Olean chapter.
The Martha Stewart Bullock chapter.
Davy Jackson chapter.
Commonwealth chapter, Patriots of Liberty chapter.
You can count on Carolina Gold on the road to 250.
What wonderful membership tips. We challenge your chapters to continue working hard on the road to 250 so that all chapters can continue to grow and have their very own inspiring success stories. We know, however, that no matter how successful we are with recruitment and getting prospective members interested and excited about DAR, sometimes there is that inevitable brick wall that is barring someone from their patriot and that genealogical documentation necessary to complete the application. In order to help with this sometimes frustrating problem, we recently formed the America 250 Task Force to serve as a helpful resource for your chapters. The America 250 Task Force is made up of an exceptional group of genealogists who are dedicated to working as an extension of your chapter's membership team by assisting your chapter registrar and others with prospective member papers. If you have a small chapter feeling strained from working on prospective member papers, or if your chapter registrar has too many new member applications to take on new ones, or if you are facing brick walls that are slowing your prospective members' approval process, the America 250 Task Force is here to help. With the guidance of Registrar General Mary Fresh, the Membership Task Force is led by National Vice Chairs Christina Bannon and Denise Burgett. Today, Christina is here to provide us with more information about the Membership Task Force and how your chapter can benefit from their expertise and utilize them as a helpful tool. Christina.
How high can we go? Working together, harnessing new technology and empowered by the work of committed members and dynamic chapters, we have set an ambitious membership goal of 250,000 by 2033. This is where the America 250 Membership Task Force comes in. The task force has been established to channel some of the National Society's most experienced genealogists toward helping us reach this membership goal. Chapters in need of assistance with difficult applications or trouble responding to errors can contact the Membership Task Force, or MTF for short, for help. Who are the members of the task force? They are invitation-only DAR member volunteers chosen for their history of submitting successful DAR membership applications and their reputation for working well with others in a teamwork approach to problem solving. Their only motivation is to help others. How does the Membership Task Force work? The task force volunteer can help the chapter register resolve pre-letters. This is a request for additional information by data processing, or error letter issues. An error is a request for additional information by the verifying genealogist. Also, if asked, the Membership Task Force can complete a new member application from start to finish. Step 1. The chapter registrar contacts the MTF and requests help at 250taskforce@nsdar.org. Step 2. The chapter registrar provides a permission letter signed by the prospective, along with copies of the error or pre-letter and documents associated with the issue. And step 3. The National Vice Chairman reviews the application and assigns a volunteer or a team of volunteers to work on the application. And step 4, the volunteer will work to get the application verified. She will search for the information necessary to complete the application, answer the error, or find an alternate patriot. How are volunteers assigned? Volunteers are assigned for a variety of reasons. One is location of the problem. One paper received used a Grandma's Massachusetts Patriot, but that line had been closed. A Massachusetts volunteer was assigned to find an alternate patriot. That paper was verified using the patriot's father-in-law. Skills of the volunteer. Sometimes the volunteers are chosen because of their skills. One paper received an error for more than 25-page analysis, not including documents, spanning 3 generations. A volunteer skilled in analysis writing reviewed, condensed, and resubmitted the application. The paper was verified. Location of the volunteer. Volunteers can search for missing documents and wills, etc. Volunteers are chosen because of their nearness to the issue or their proximity to to state or regional archives or repositories where records may be found. One paper received an error because of a missing link in a generation. The volunteer was able to locate documents at the local level to satisfy the requirements, and the app was verified. And lastly, is a team of volunteers needed? In some more complex cases, when a paper has multiple problems or location issues, a team of volunteers will be assigned to work on the individual pieces. One such project concerned a death certificate for a divorced grandfather who was born in Illinois, moved to Missouri, then to Oklahoma, next to Oregon. The widow died in Oregon, but not before the family moved back to Oregon again. It took time to find the death place for the husband. 4 volunteers worked on this project, from Illinois to Oregon and in between. What is the MTF's reach? As you can see, volunteers are located across the country. At present, we have over 200 volunteers, and we are adding more all the time. In the future, we hope to have a complete grid of volunteers throughout the country, available to help chapter registrars. Let me give you some examples. We had a Canadian paper with a Pennsylvania Patriot issue. This was fixed with the help of a Pennsylvania volunteer. A Texas application with a Virginia Patriot issue was fixed by a team of Virginia volunteers. These ladies hand-delivered that document to National. A Louisiana application with an insufficient analysis was redone by a Tennessee member, and a family of 5 perspectives from Mississippi received help from California. All these papers have been verified. When should a chapter reach out for help? If you have a prospective member or are having problems completing their new application, contact us. It could be an issue connecting a generation, missing dates and places, a redlined patriot, or an issue you are unable to find a patriot for. If you receive a pre-letter, contact us. If you received an error, we can help. All right, this sounds easy, but there are some things we're asking you to do. What are you responsible for if you accept our help? First, you must have a permission letter signed by the prospective member. Next, you need to submit a copy of the app and any documents requested by the volunteer. We do not have access to the application filed with the genealogy department, so we may ask you for copies. Understand that the MTF focuses on membership. We will use the easiest line for your prospective member to join under. So if your member has her heart set on that signer of the Declaration of Independence ancestor she heard she was related to, a Mayflower line or Grandma's Patriot, that may not be the one we use. Understand that you are turning your paper over to the MTF while the membership task force is assisting. Please refrain from using other volunteer services, such as Lineage Research Lookup Board, Volunteer Genies, or Facebook, as this could cause needless duplication of research efforts. And lastly, understand that sometimes we cannot fix all problems. We will make every effort to help you, but some papers are not fixable using current available information. Maybe sometime in the future they can be. Another part of the membership task force is the application help desk. If you are unsure about how to fill in the blanks on an application, help is just a click away. The application help desk will assist you with the proper way to fill out the paper. If you need a quick answer, this is the place to go. At this time, I would like to introduce the National Vice Chair, Membership Task Force Application Help Desk Coordinator, Denise Bercia, who is sitting in the President General's box. She manages the app help desk. I call her the quick answer girl. This resource is another tool for chapter registrars. Even the most seasoned genealogist will come upon something new when working on applications. Here are some examples of questions you might have for her and her team. General submission questions, like appropriate signatures, cost, where to mail the application and how to submit multiple papers for a family group, how to resubmit using alternate patriots. On page 2, you might have questions on the proper formatting for dates or for places. On page 3, you might have a question about proper citations and types of documents that are acceptable. Page 4 could be questions on service and residency. The application help desk can answer these questions for you, so please reach out with any questions. Contact Denise and her group at help@nsdar.org. And now, ladies, these are the top 10 most common application issues. If you are running into these issues, contact the MTF, and we may be able to help you get past them. Number 10, the use of pre-1850 census records as a source for a link between generations. Number 9, documentation is cited on page 3 but not submitted. Number 8, no proof of link to a different child or patriot. And number 7, lack of proof of residence and service of patriot ancestor. If you use Build an App for existing patriots, be sure and check page 4. Sometimes all of those places are not filled in. Number 6, the child is born before the parents marry. Yes, it does happen. And if it does on your paper, you must prove it. Number 5, prospective member's birth certificate does not name her parents. Oof. Number 4, no proof of maiden name when the line goes through the female. Number 3, use of vital record index when the original record is needed and available. Number 2, use of user-submitted sources for lineage. Now, 2 and 3, you can easily ask the help desk over there, and they can give you an idea of whether you need more proof. Now, ladies, the number 1 most common issue, incomplete documentation, especially for the first 3 generations. Okay. Other ways to get help, in addition to the membership task force. First, we have the Lineage Research Committee. They have excellent resources and a team in place with minority research. They have a national vice chair who works to resolve cold, closed cases. This committee can also help with lookups and help you find that missing document. Just ask. The Volunteer Genealogist Committee can be assigned to help a struggling chapter get back on its feet. If you need training, please contact them. They will hold a workshop for you. And these are also the wonderful ladies who serve as balcony genies in the library during Continental Congress. There is also the DAR members website with a lot of valuable information. Be sure to watch the webinars and read the genealogy guidelines. Take the GEP classes, and chapter registrars receive the Registrar General's emails each month with the latest information. All of these resources are here to help chapters with tackle application issues and gain new members. The Membership Task Force began work in March of this year, and in 4 short months, we have helped 45 applications get verified. In the first month, we received 12 requests for help. The second month, we had received, by then, just under 40. We presently have over 150 applications assigned to volunteers, with over 100 of these applications having errors and the rest being new applications and pre-letters. All of us from the America 250 Membership Task Force are ready to help you on the road to 250, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina. What a useful resource for all of our chapters. How could we not reach the goal of 250,000 members with all of the helpful tips and resources we learned about today? If you haven't already, please be sure to stop by the Membership Task Force table on the D Street side of the hall on your way out and pick up their informational flyer as well as contact information to reach them with your new member application questions. The 250th anniversary of our nation will be upon us before we know it. What better way to exemplify our patriotism and share our love for God, home, and country than to add thousands of new members to our ranks and reach 250,000 members. Every chapter and every member is needed to reach this goal. With your dedication, your help, and the resources we have learned about today, I know we can welcome 250,000 members by 2033. And now, to help start your DAR membership promotion in your local communities, we have 4 special DAR gift baskets for 4 very lucky winners. Everyone received a ticket from a page as you enter the auditorium this afternoon, so pull out your tickets. And our President General will draw from the basket with all of the ticket numbers. If you have the lucky matching number, let us know who you are, but stay in your seat, and then you will claim your basket at guest hospitality table right outside this door at the conclusion of your session. Madam President General, would you help us see who our first lucky member is? The first number is 591599. Woo! Where was that? Back in, oh my goodness, you stay there. Let's go to guest hospitality, fantastic. Our second one, ready? 629546. Over here. All right. Oh, awesome, Mary Lynn. All right, fantastic. Our third one is 591595. And our last one, thank you, is 630659. Okay. Thank you very much, Mrs. Dillon.